Hello and welcome to part 4 of the Donkey Kong Country 3 playthrough. Just got done with Mechanos. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next world, Cotton Top Cove. It's another one, Blues Beach Hut, that's another one of the Bear Brothers. And Baz's Blockade. Let's see what's going on over here. We got our first fully underwater level. And man, these are easily my second favorite. Yeah, these are my second favorite type of stages outside of the lakeside first stages that we've seen. I really like the underwater levels in this game, and they have great music. I feel like they're vastly superior to the underwater levels in the first game. I know some people will be like, but my aquatic ambience, so this is where it is. These underwater levels are nice and colorful, there's a lot going on. These stages here kind of remind me of the tropical fish puzzles I used to put together when I was little. They're just bright and colorful, fishies everywhere. Good stuff, good stuff. Ooh! Well, that's a good thing there's a DK barrel right there. And I lost it. And it's gone. Alright, just keep rolling, keep what? Anyway, yeah, just gotta keep swimming, just keep swimming. Back up to 34 lives. Which does mean that there was a death off screen at some point. No worries, folks, no worries. But yeah, the underwater levels are really neat here. I like how bright and I like the vibe here. I would like a whole game of these levels. In fact, it'd make more sense to me if these were right after the lakeside limbo-like stages. But that's gonna do it for this stage. Moving things along pretty smoothly. Now let's see what's going on up here in the realm. No rocket barrel ride. Okay, I had to do a double take. I'm thinking of a rocket barrel stage a little bit later in the game toward the end. This isn't so bad. It's certainly not whatever that other one is. But this level's fun. I like this one. I like these barrels. Barrels of fun. And the waterfalls. You gotta look out for those robo-zingers as always. And just keep making my way upwards. Now those blue Kremling enemies there, you can jump on him when you're Kiddy Kong because he's strong enough. He's strong. But you jump on them as Dixie Kong and they just kind of laugh and just run back and forth. They get frustrated. Ooh. Ah, man, that didn't go quite the way I was hoping it was going to. And I've just falling and falling and falling. But I can make my way back up. It'll be alright. There's a DK barrel anyway, so it's all good in the neighborhood, just like Applebee's. Man, I haven't been in Applebee's in quite some time. In fact, the last time I remember going to an Applebee's was like maybe a week or two before one of my breakups. But I like Applebee's. It always seemed to me like one of those more hoity-toity, more expensive things to get from time to time. Kind of like Olive Garden. I know they're just chain restaurants, but I mean, to me, those are the finer things in life, the things I can barely afford. I would put Red Lobster on that list too. That's another one of those things I can never afford. I went there once and spent like $60 and that was enough for me. I can't imagine how much it costs now. That was like a decade ago. Hey, it's another one of these stages. Awesome. Good to see these back. I like that every now and again I can find an extra life hidden on the rooftops. And I like the music here too. Very xylophony sounding. Which xylophones always make me think of the sound effect you hear whenever somebody's like tiptoeing in the cartoons. And it's or, you know, like Fred Flintstone when he's getting ready to bowl. But yeah, Kn. Looks like I missed an O. Kung. Well, that's something. You got these goofy looking TNT barrels to look out for. Another DK coin. Usually those are, those are usually like right at the end of the stage. I mean, not always, but that's one thing I notice is that they typically are. Tracker Barrel Trek. Cracker Barrel. Oh man, people sure were mad about that recently. I've never been to a Cracker Barrel, so I don't know. I've heard the food's good. I know boomers like that place, but as far as I know, there's not a Cracker Barrel for miles and miles here in this part of Ohio. There's a lot of things that I've never tried, largely because we just don't have them where I'm at. I would have to take a long drive to like a major city. But I do live like an hour and a half away from the capital city, so there's a lot of stuff out there. For example, there's plenty of places I've never been, like Red Robin or Rallies, or trying to think of a few others. I've never been to Cheddar's. I've heard that's a good place. I've never been to a Big Boy hamburger place. I've never been to... Let's see, what are some other notable ones I can think of? I've never been to a Rax's Roast Beef, but I don't think there's really many of those around anymore. No, it was a highlight of my year to go to a Ponderosa for the first time in years. Apparently those things still exist. There used to be a local one about 15 minutes from me, but they shut it down. But from everything I had heard, it wasn't the cleanest place, and it wasn't one of the better locations. For the longest time, I never put two and two together that Ponderosa was created by one of the guys from the show Bonanza, which makes sense because that's the name of the ranch that they live on. But I never really made that connection until recently. Let's see. Oh, I've never been to a cheesecake factory. I've always wanted to go to one of those. Ah, yes, another stage complete. Moving this playthrough along fairly smoothly, if I do say so myself. Fish Food Frenzy. Triple F. That's this level. You gotta be careful. This fish chases you around, and if he starts to change color, that means he's gonna get ready to eat you. And you don't want that, so you gotta slow down sometimes and make sure that he's munching on the enemies. Typically, if he do that, it'll calm him down. But once it starts to turn red, you just gotta watch out that you don't get chomped. Trying to think. I feel like there's several seafood places I've never been. I have been to Captain D's once. I don't remember it well enough. I remember liking it, I don't remember it very well. I've never been to a Popeye's Chicken. I always see commercials for those. Always wanted to try it, because I do love chicken. I haven't been to... Speaking of seafood, while I have been to Long John Silver's, I was sad that they closed my local Long John Silver's down last month. I felt like that was a real loss. But in my honest opinion, I don't know a lot of people that enjoy Long John Silver's. But I need to make it a point to go to one next time I see one and I can afford it. Oh god, I wish I could afford to go out more often and go to places I like to eat. I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. Hell, maybe someday. But yeah, I do love me some seafood though. Just not radioactive Walmart shrimp. I do love shrimp though. I do love shrimp. I am quite a seafood guy. I like fish, I like shrimp. I like all that good stuff. I even like sushi. Ah, I love sushi. This just seems like one of those out of character things for me to enjoy, but I just enjoy it so much. Because I'm very picky about food, especially if it's raw food. Most sushi's raw, so like, yeah. Ah, Squirt Showdown, it's this enemy. Gotta look out for him. Gotta wait for him to poke his eyes out of the waterfall, and then you just blast him with your water gun. And then you gotta be really careful when he's swinging that water, when he's spitting water around like that. It is really easy for him to knock you off the ledge. So just be very careful, folks. But other than that, it's a fairly easy one. It's a fairly easy boss battle. Some of the boss fights in this game do seem a little bit uninspired and easy, like the barrel or this guy. This guy. But that's okay. It's all good. Oh man, that was close. I almost fell off. Yeah, just gotta keep on trucking. Alright. Heck yeah, that's gonna do it for that. Okay. I got the, I think those are jet skis. I do believe those are jet skis. So now I'll make my way back over to the, Funky's Rentals, give him that. And yeah, get that all squared away to finish out the part. Let's see. Found my 2 skis. Why were they hidden in various worlds? How do you lose them in 2 totally different places like that? Regardless. I'll see y'all in the next part, folks.